All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are. I'm obviously your host, Christian Snyder, as I am every week. But I'm joined with Nick Olson and Anthony Thitchner tonight. Nick Olson joining us for the second week in a row. Um, so it should be a fun one, especially with Anthony being here. Always fun with him up here. But we're going to take you trackside here. We got a new national anthem going on, and we got some new stuff to play with tonight. So hope you guys enjoy. We'll take you trackside now for the pre-race ceremonies. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. They are finishing up qualifying here. Um, this race should be interesting. The drivers are, again, complaining of a tight car. So usually it's been loose this season, but it's going to be tight tonight. We got I think, 82-degree weather and a 107-degree track temp. That is a slick track.
Boy. I'm looking here. So far, we got Luis top of the board. He's looking really good, and that's trouble for everybody else because you know how Luis can be potent when he's fast from the start of the race. Usually, he's like we said last week. Where did he come from? If he's here to start, you better look out.
Yeah, whenever he's got a good car from the get-go, that's a tough Luis to handle. All right, we're gonna pull up the top 9 here on the board. It looks like qualifying about over. I don't think anyone's running their laps right now.
The track seems quiet here. Looks like Luis and James Lehman will be the front row here.
And Luis is an entire 10th faster than James.
And was about the same in practice too, if my memory serves me right. He looked really good in practice as well. So.
Yeah, so the top 9 on your screen there: Luis, James, Matthew George, then Ronnie Norman, Cody Vaughn, Jonathan Boger, Rob Haynes, Justin Brown, and John Cottle in 9th. The rest of the starting grid will line up on the top of your screen in the interval.
Not trying to be biased. I like seeing those 3 YGR cars top 10.
Alright, let's do something a little bit new. Let's do a little gentleman start your engines. What do you guys think? Here we go.
Down to Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
That was pretty cool.
Yes, sir. Ready to get this going.
I am too. Let's go ahead here. Check out our leader.
So we'll have one car that's not able to start. Trevor McManus came in after drivers meeting started. Last week we were talking about Jeremy Morrison and a couple others now. Looks like this week it'll be Trevor McManus that does not get to start this race.
Yeah, it doesn't show him disconnected. I don't know what he's up to. Congrats to Luis on that pole, though. What a lap.
He came to play tonight over a tenth faster than second place there. And after that, it's pretty even, and then through third, and then another 10th back to fourth. So these guys who are fast, they're showing it.
That was my pick to win tonight, too. I don't know who you guys got to pick, but I got the Brazilian redneck himself, man. I'm going to take it home.
It's a shame you got dibs on picking first, because I would have gone the same way.
You know what? I'm going to go for a long shot. He's been strong all season, but I'm going to be biased. I'm going with Ronnie Norman on this one. Michigan's one of his better tracks. I see him getting up there and getting it.
Well, y'all left me the field, so I'll take it.
You know, James Lehman's one to watch out for.
If he can put a race together.
He just doesn't finish it. Here they go.
Green flag in the air here at Michigan.
It's like Matt George did not get going, stacked up the bottom line. 05 beat him back to the line just barely. But it was a pretty even start.
You don't get a better restart than that there, James Lehman, man. He was on it.
Well, you know he's here to play early in the race. He's been showing that every week. Oh, this is tight. Tight stuff. I'll tell you what, that 05 came right across Luis, and he's lucky that was Luis right there, and he's patient.
Yeah, Luis
Or else
wasn't
that could have been
pushing
big.
it. He definitely gave him one there. He cut him a break.
So far looking pretty good, double wide through the pack. Not seeing much three wide. Little lag out of that 05 right there. Luis running that paint scheme that last year's Cup champ John Schweikart made famous.
Got a good battle for third here, been going on for a lap now. Jonathan Boger and Ronnie Norman side by side still.
And just remembering how this track drove, I haven't driven it tonight, but that high line will typically prevail because you're unable to get the car pointed on the bottom. You can't really use that line right on the white line later into a run.
Yeah, Justin Brown trying to use it here in the early stages in the 35. Looked like he was able to make it work there in 3 and 4. But 1 and 2, it seems to be a lot rougher.
It is a lot more treacherous in 1 and 2 for sure.
You see, he's definitely going to keep it up high in 1 and 2. Oh, he's actually
he's flirting with it. Looks like he made it work. Ronnie's pulling away from Boger there.
Got a battle on back here for 19. Drew Sackman and Ken Worley. And right behind them, Ralph Vandervorst and Josh Susie side by side.
We got a driver calling. We got a multi-car wreck toward the back of the field.
Oh, boy. Being told to check by the 20.
riding
And
along
that
here
20
with the
is
20.
pretty well destroyed.
He takes it 3 wide here in between Chad Angle. Or is that Chad Angle? Oh, man. That's Nathan Casillas. 20. Yeah, it is Chad Angle. Back in the 2 cars.
Yeah, just looks like the 2 he's down there in that first lane, and that lane you don't really want to be there. At Michigan, it gets kind of rough down there. It gets a little bit loose. He comes up the track right up into the 20 and takes him out. Causes massive damage to other cars too. There, I think you got Kurt Quist. His night is done already. You got a 31, Doug Hess. All these guys, man, their night is already done. It's only lap 5, so just it's unfortunate for them guys. These guys are gonna bring it down in the pits most likely.
Yeah, the ECR Fantasy King here, Doug Hess, in a short night.
Riding on board with Chad Angle, you'll hear him get into the throttle early. He slides up into Nathan Casillas and goes on from there.
Interesting pit entry there by Lehman. He turns it in and then turns it back to the right a little bit, trying to get that arc out of the pit box. That's very smart.
Looks like he's going to beat him off. Not that way, Nick.
Pretty sure we had somebody take 2 tires there. Possibly George Munger, if my eyes serve me right.
Get out of the gutter, Nick. Alright, well, yeah, George Munger, he's going to stay out. He stayed out last night at Gateway in the late stages. He's one of those guys that you know, has faith in those old tires. Likes leading them laps.
A tough break for Chad Angle too. This is his first race back since his computer's been fixed. He got a nice piece of that as well.
You got to feel bad for him. The first week back, he's been getting subbed by Josh.
He's been waiting.
The 2 car won last week, and now it's got damage this week.
I was wondering where that AC Delco car's been. You know, you miss that car. It's a nice little car there, and I hope that he can make his way back here. He was 31st fastest in practice and qualifying 19th, so I don't know if he has the speed, but if he keeps it together here and you know, just keeps it clean, he could very well end up top half of the field here before long.
We're already looking at 1 to go here. Quick cautions now that nobody's a lap down this early in the race. That will change.
Well, Kurt parked it, and Doug Hess is still in the pits repairing.
We had, was it 38 cars start this race? I believe it was 38. Good number for Michigan.
Absolutely. As always, feel free to tell us who you all are liking in this race, comment section. We'll be patrolling as always. So we're coming back to the green here.
And George Munger on older tires, but not that many laps on him. He shouldn't have any trouble on this restart. Spun him a little bit.
Great restart, though.
He's going to get a real good pull on him in turn 1 here.
That was a great pull right there. 2 car lengths going into 1. I'll take that any day. Now we got to see how those 2 tires will handle, and you might have your answer right there.
Yeah, that's a quick answer there. After that, James Lehman's just that quick.
A little contact in the back there on that restart.
Oh, we got 3 wide here.
That's tight.
That was close. That was Josh Conover and Ed Adams almost got into it there coming off the 4.
I'm thinking the guy on the top did not recognize that they were 3 wide and didn't really give a lot of room there.
Yeah, I honestly thought Ed Adams was going for a ride there.
Ooh, wow, that was tight.
This top 6 is really, really getting it. They are all trying to get every position they can on these restarts here. You see
Luis
Justin
might
Brown
have caught the wall right there. I'm seeing a little bit of damage.
Luis Almaso taking over that 2nd position right now over George Munger on them old tires.
You seeing that too, Anthony? Maybe a little right front damage on Luis's car. Thinking that slide off of turn 2 that George had, Luis was there.
He's just not going to be able to fight these guys off on them old tires there, guys. You know, he's going to end up falling back. But he was around 9th or 10th before coming in the pit. So if they get enough laps in and then a caution comes out, he'll end up being the right choice there for that number 56.
And what really matters is that he has that full tank of fuel in there regardless. So if he could settle in at 5th or 6th, this is a win. And he's only fallen back to 4th here so far, so.
You guys know what the tire wear is like here tonight, or should we ask somebody on the next caution?
I would be happy to ask someone. As Munger's going to look underneath Ronnie, who pushed tight, trying to make that bottom work on Luis. Just like we said earlier, that was going to be a really difficult pass to make.
Justin Brown in that 35 car ends up in the top 5 here. He's looking at them 2 guys. He just came back from suspension, so he's looking to have a good race tonight. Another guy that's on probation. He's currently fighting Jonathan Boger here for that top 5. You see Matthew George there just watching it happen. Cody Vaughn sitting tight. Josh Susie now up to the 9th position. He's sitting tight as well. John Caldwell's going to finish out that top 10. All these guys right now just sitting and waiting.
On the transmission there, I thought Ed Adams said contact, so I'm looking around there, but I'm not seeing much. They are side by side.
Josh Susie.
Outside.
You see Josh Susie just passed 3 guys from turn 4 to 1?
Oh, he's got his win now. He's ready to go. Enough with that play it safe stuff. He's going for more now. He's confident. He's locked in the playoffs after last week. Good week for Josh. And won last night.
Yeah, that was a real good win for Josh last night. Looking to go back-to-back here tonight.
He had a nice top 5 run in my 24 car on Wednesday night in the Cup Series, so he's riding a lot of momentum coming into tonight.
In your car there tonight, Nick Olson at 24, Mason Clark's driving. I see he's got a lot of rear end damage in that Napa 24.
Yeah, he got clocked pretty hard there, but he's still making passes there, just passing John, who was trying to make that bottom work. And it's just not happening. I think he got clocked on the restart because somebody went and it was not time to go yet. You'll see that here sometimes, unfortunately.
Another driver who's making his way into this top 10 is Rob Haynes, now on the move, sitting there in 12th position. It looks like he just passed John Caudle for that position, so he's coming quick.
And they're both catching this 15. Brad Borer and Jonathan Boger, Cody Vaughn, all wrapped up in there. As they're going to go side by side, Borer and Boger there going into 3. This is for 9th.
We've got a battle right in front of them. Cody Vaughn going underneath Justin Brown. He's going to take that easily. Cody Vaughn now to 7th place there.
Now, Rob's a smart racer. He'll know that in order to catch these guys, he shouldn't be making a move on Mason. That he should kind of stick behind him and try and work the draft to their advantage, perhaps, unless that rear end damage is too much for Mason.
Yeah, Rob is a very patient driver. He is not going to try to force anything. He'll let things happen the way they will, and he will be in that top 10 in the next 5, 10 laps.
Yep, you see that? Pushing Mason down the back. You see how much time they picked up on Brad. They're making it happen there. Looks like Mason's a little tight in 3 and 4.
Looks like Rob Haynes has a little bit of right front damage that's been affecting him.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact going on that restart there. I'm curious to see who exactly was hitting who. Because Rob does make that pass, and he's going below that seam there, and he's making it work. It's that first seam below there. I call that the danger zone, both 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
Another driver really on the move right now is Craig Blair, and that number 49 subbing for Josh Mayu. He's in the wrong number, but he is currently up to the 28th position as he gets really tight. Maybe it was just because I just gave him some bad luck. Now he's going to get past like 4 cars coming out of 4, but he was on the move there, looking really good.
Yeah, I like that, but I'm also watching Cody Vaughn. He's having a great run tonight. Just made like 2 passes in the last couple laps, and now he's reeling in Munger and Susie here. Could be looking at a 3-car battle for 4th position. As he's going to look under.
Yes, he is. He's going to try to get under him here, and you got to wonder if this is going to be a clean pass. He's in that cross.
Oh, he's going to get the run. He might even get...
Nice. Well, next... I think he's going to get George Munger in 1 and 2 here. What do you guys think?
Looks like he's backing up the entry more than everyone else, and he's getting a heck of a run off the exit.
Not to forget about the guys up front. Luis Almaso is right on the bumper of James Lehman as the laps progress here and late in the run. Starting to see the tires wear off a little bit, and Luis is going to try to make a move here, coming into 1, going low.
James has been able to hold on that outside before. Let's see if he can do it now.
But Luis did not have to go below that seam. He was able to stay in the middle, and Lehman was running that higher line, so... I like Luis's chances here. As we've noted, you know, James is known to go hard on these restarts, so maybe while he was going and getting that lead, Luis was taking it easy, and now it's starting to come into play for Lehman.
Lehman's one of them guys I really want to see him do good, man. He's a strong contender. I was racing him a couple weeks ago, and, you know, he was really hard to beat. I think it was at Pocono, man, and doing a heck of a job, and then all of a sudden he was out of the race. He just had some bad luck, you know, so see how his luck turns out here tonight. But if all well ends well here, he might be coming home with a win.
Oh, me of all people would love to see that. I've been having to pay DNF costs with that car, so I'd love for him to be able to bring it home. His problem has been bringing it home. He's not finished races off lately. Remember Charlotte too, he had a good run and got caught up late.
For those of you guys out there listening, Nick was just talking about it, DNFs. James Lehman is one of his drivers, as we have teams in this league, and he has been getting a lot of DNFs, costing Nick $250,000 in ECR funds every time he gets a DNF. So as an owner, you want to see your drivers finish. So yeah, he definitely wants to see him finish here tonight.
This is interesting. Ronnie Norman in pit road.
Short pit.
Interesting. How many laps is this race here? What, 100?
80.
80. Oof. Okay.
He's
Yeah, we
trying to
might
cut
be
it in
looking
3.
at some sort of strategy, and he's just gonna go a lap down, like barely, and he should be able to pick these 2 off very easy. So even if the caution does come out, if it doesn't come out in the next lap, he should be able to get back by these guys. as James got really loose off of turn 2 right there. Luis is right there again.
And this track isn't like Pocono where you can pit and not lose a lap. As you see, Ronnie Norman lost a lap, but he is right on these leaders and about to go and pass them in the next lap or two to get his lap back. So if caution were to happen right now, it would be horrific for Ronnie Norman.
Oh, wow, that was tight.
Look at Ronnie.
Oh, wow, look at him go.
Drives around him.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, and it's going to give Luis
Hold
the
it.
lead because he stood up right in front of James. Wow.
That was a, excuse me guys, I'm a little bit faster. I'm just going to pass you.
You got to love it.
Luis took full advantage of that one. Your new leader, the number 4 Marine car, Luis Almanza. James probably isn't too happy.
He's dive bombing here in 1 and 2, trying to get it. Trying to get that slide job.
He's lucky that's Luis, I'll tell you.
Luis gonna cross him over here down the backstretch, side by side still.
Oh, this is some awesome racing. '53 sitting in the 22nd position. He's going to bring it down into the pits. A lot of guys going to be pitting here in the next few laps. Caleb Sheets in the 26th position. A couple guys coming down to the pit road. I'd like to keep an eye on Jim Westerfield tonight too. It's his first league race here tonight. He's a guy who came from Consul. He's a guy who is friends with Matthew George. Matthew George talked him into getting iRacing, so this is his first league race here tonight, just to see how he does here. Hopefully, you know, he has a solid run, but hey, he's keeping it going.
Yeah, we're seeing a massive influx of pit stops here. So maybe these people are seeing how fast Ronnie is and are wanting to get in on that action.
Oh yeah, Matthew George, Brad Borer, got George Munger, Jason O'Connor's coming out. I mean, there's so many drivers coming down the pits right now.
Yeah, Jameson Miller bringing the Yingling Logger 88 pit road.
And we're talking about George Munger. I would say the strategy was a success. He only lost, what, 3-4 positions from the lead. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was still top 5 as Luis is coming down pit road.
Yep. And he pit early enough, too, that he's going to have an advantage here over the guys that waited after him to pit, like Luis Almaso. The longer you're out here, the more time you're going to lose on track because you're not running as quick as laps. So these guys who pit early, they're going to have an advantage. So Ronnie Norman, he may be your leader once all these pits, run through here. You're going to see new leaders probably.
Speaking of new leaders, I'm seeing Justin Brown out front right now.
What happened
Wow,
with that?
James locked it up and really messed up his pit stop there.
Did we catch that on camera?
We did.
Yeah, man, that was bad, huh?
That was catastrophic as Luis is already leaving. He didn't even get the left sides up yet.
Josh
Look at the positions.
beats him, Trevor Lopolo beats him.
Our strategy man from Pocono, Trevor Rapolo. Kind of hard to pull that strategy this time around, but he's given that 90 car a good run.
Oh no, John Caudle just turned Justin Brown in pit road. We got more accidents happening on pit road.
And that 35 is destroyed in the back end.
Justin Brown was not going the speed limit down pit road. John Caudle was basically pushing him, and when he went to get into his stall, he just turned him. That is interesting. Not sure if that was intentional, saying, hey, thanks for slowing me down, or if that was just trying to get into a stall. Back out front.
Knowing John, I know he's going to try and get everything out of it, but I wouldn't say he did that on purpose. I just think that was just an accident. and they were pitting right next to each other, if I'm not mistaken.
Real quick, Ronnie Norman has a 6-second gap over Luis Almaso right now.
And that tells you what that was worth. That caused Justin Brown a lot of time.
Yeah, I was going back watching that, man. I mean, I don't know what happened there. It just seems like John Caudill just pulled a knucklehead move there. Wasn't paying attention. You know, you gotta look at these pit stalls, and you gotta realize there's a guy in front of you. You can't turn into him like that, because the car in front of him was only going 1-2 mile an hour less than he was as he was turning in. So just you gotta be a little bit smarter there.
Yeah, Jeremy Morrison inherited the lead there. Now he's going to come to pit road and hand it over to Ronnie.
I wonder if John got any damage from that.
Didn't see much, if anything. When he left, he seemed pretty clean. Because now we're going to see Luis start to reel in Ronnie. There's about a 5-lap differential on those tires.
Yeah, I'm watching the gap, and it is slowly dropping.
Boger's going to slide up to 3rd. Cody Vaughn to 4th. Caleb Sheets to 5th.
You know, I said it. Ronnie Norman is your leader right now with over a 5-second lead, just by pitting a little bit early.
Well, now we're going to see, now it's down to 4.8 as Luis is coming hard.
Currently, it is at 4.5 on the tracker, now 4.3. It is dropping.
Really? See what it is when he crosses the line here. I only get updated once a lap, so it's 4.8 last lap, and I'm seeing
4.2. Yeah.
4.2. Yeah.
Definitely. And Luis has a nice cushion here if when he gets the lead, because it's a matter of when, I would say. He will have about a 3-second gap on Jonathan Boger, unless he's picking up on Luis, which I'm not really seeing right now.
And this is why strategy is so important, guys, because you could pit early and pick up tons of seconds, but your car is going to start to be falling off itself. And when these guys come in, they may be 4 to 5 seconds behind, but they're going to pick up multiple tenths per lap when they come back on the track. So as you see here, Ronnie Norman hit very early, and there we go again with another 6 tenths. Luis has picked up 6 tenths every lap for the last 2 laps, so he is definitely coming back for that lead.
And he's picking up on Jonathan Boger there in 3rd as well, so he's kind of on an island on his own here. Doing a great job.
Nathan Casillas is going to go a lap down here.
Yeah, he was pretty torn up after that first wreck.
Nathan's hoping for a caution right now, as he will get the lucky dog if one does fly.
And that's another, contingency here. Cautions. If a caution comes out, Ronnie Norman has won the strategy game so far. Because now you're pretty much forced to come in and get 4 tires.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up, that if a caution comes out, it would be perfect for Ronnie, and that's, I'm sure, what he's hoping for right now.
Your biggest mover right now is Caleb Sheets in that 26 car. He is currently in 5th position and coming. I think his times look pretty good. He's very consistent. He's currently battling. He's about to get to Cody Vaughn here in the next few laps, I think, and be looking to take over the 4th position.
Now, real quick, we've seen a few drivers this race cut down on the apron in the tri-oval. Some drivers not do it. What's the benefit of cutting down there, and what's the negative about it?
The negative would be, I'll start with the negative. It would be a bad arc into turn 1 versus staying up by the wall, but there is positives because you're taking a shorter way around the racetrack. If you can cut it down and then cut it right back up before you get to turn 1, you get the same arc and you've picked up time on the guy who did not take that route. So it's definitely suggested, as Luis is now down to a 1.5 seconds while we were talking about this.
Yeah, he is definitely going to catch him within the next 3 laps here. But based on Ronnie's strategy, he might be coming in within about 5-6 laps. So maybe this might be good for him.
Yeah, but as we are coming to halfway in about a lap, we'll see how this works out. Ronnie might be trying to play that 3-stop strategy versus Luis, who might be, well, he's also on a 3-stop strategy, so, well, 2 stops from here. So,
I don't know.
it's going to be
Luis
interesting
is
to see how
known
this
for
plays out.
stretching it though, so maybe he tries to stretch it.
You see, since everybody's short pitted there, I'm still unclear as to what the fuel run is.
This is true. This
Apparently
is
Morrison
what's
stayed out the longest. I think he stayed out until about lap 27 or 28.
And we had the caution on lap 5 or 6.
Yeah.
That means they pitted on 7 or 8.
I'd say about 21 laps on
It's about 25 laps-ish, maybe.
And 21,
Liz,
If you're
22.
really pushing it, yeah.
this B car series is going to bring a lot of different strategy, and I think when you look at the point standings, you see that it really is spread out. I mean, when you look at first to fifth, from Rob Haynes to Josh Susie, who's fifth place, it's over 100-point gap between these guys just from first to fifth. So Josh Susie's gaining points. You got Ken Worley in fourth in points, Ronnie Norman third. He's looking to try to catch these guys. I know, Ronnie Norman surprisingly does not have any wins this year in the B car series, so he's looking for his first. Brad Bohr is looking for his first win of the year as well.
Ronnie Norman, as soon as he got passed by Luis, was into pit road. He's going to go one more stop from here, and that's going to be his last stop. Maybe these guys think that they're limited to 3 sets of tires or something.
We did have a wreck right there.
Yeah, it looks like, who was that?
Ed Adams, possibly, was calling it on track. I'm not sure.
Yeah, contact was made off the track. You had a guy go way down and hit George Munger there after George hit the wall, but no caution will be called by iRacing or admin because nothing happened on track, really. Everything's smooth right now. These cars are off the track.
Currently, Luis Salmaso out front with a 4.5 second lead.
And that's just Luis right there. That's not strategy. That's not anything. That's Luis. Because these guys pitted on schedule with Luis. As Ronnie just went a lap down, barely again, maybe a little less than last time, and he should get this in turn 1 and 2 back on the lead lap.
Whose strategy do you guys like more, Luis or Ronnie's?
Well, see, Luis is on his 13th lap of his run. Ronnie Norman only did 16 laps on that last run before he came back in and pit again. So you wonder if Luis is going to be coming in soon again here. And if he does in the next 3 to 5 laps, I like Ronnie Norman's strategy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's kind of forcing them guys to come in.
But at the same time, if you can cut a pit stop out of the equation, like a whole pit stop, then Luis is going to win. Because I don't think you can make up that much time.
I'm actually surprised about the runs here. I mean, 15 to 20 laps on a fuel.
That's very short, even for here.
Well, figure it's about 38 to 40 laps in real life. I'd say somewhere between 17 to 20 with a half a tank.
We had some contact in the back right there. Man, James Lehman is driving his butt off to get up, and I think he was pushing tight and knocked Brad Borer into the wall.
I got some intel here, guys. Tell you what, I talked to a driver, not going to say who, but just talked to a driver on track, and you can get about 21 to 22 laps on a whole fuel run if, depending on how you drive it. So 21 to 22 on a whole fuel run.
That away, Christian.
Yeah, that's surprising. that Ronnie's
This
pitting
is,
about
yeah.
16.
Well, I guess this is a 2-mile track, and the fuel runs can be, you know, in real life you can stretch it to about 50 laps if you're trying to stretch it, as we have a massive flow onto pit road. Luis, Boger, Susie, Caleb Sheets, all coming in.
And that's
But-
exactly what Anthony alluded to. That Ronnie's pit, draw them in.
I will tell you this: if, in fact, these guys stay out for as long as they can throughout this race and it goes green, it's going to pay off for those guys because they will probably have one less pit stop.
Yeah, I want to see if any of these guys that are staying out right now, Bruce Ackerman, Cody Vaughn, Trevor, James, if any of them stay out until lap, I'd say 59, or, until, what would they have to do? 49? No, they have to come one more time regardless.
Bruce has about 3 laps left in gas. So you can see Bruce, he's the leader right now. He's going to come in on the next 3 laps. He's already been out there for about 17 laps.
So yeah, it's going to be a 3-stop race no matter what for everyone. So now I'm liking Ronnie's strategy.
Bruce Ackerman's going to mess up his pit stop here under green flag. That's bad. You never want to do that under green. Got to nail those pit stops under green. They could kill you.
And by the way, Nick, I did go back and take a look at the James Lehman and Brad Borer situation. Brad Borer kept it off the wall, surprisingly. He just got a little tiny bit of contact from James, and they both kept their cars clean.
And I just said it, if you mess up in the pits under green, you could really, really hurt yourself. And Matthew George is going to lose 3 positions. He came in ahead of these 3 guys, he messed up his pit stall, and he's going to lose 3 positions coming into the pits here. It's you got to nail them under green. It's interesting to see how these cars play out after pitting, man, because Bruce Ackerman is now sitting in the 14th position. He was your leader about 5 laps ago, so I mean, when you see some of these guys and they're pitting, some of them pit early, some pit later, it's interesting to see how this is going to play out here. I mean, James Lehman was showing as the leader. I don't know if he will be when he comes out here. This is a strategy game at its finest, guys. You love to see races like this right here. Exciting racing, guys going in and out of the pits, different strategies, playing it green, being aggressive, and able to keep it green. This is something that you really, really like to see here. Let me tell you what, you look at the track from above. I don't know if you can get a good blimp view there, Christian, but look at the rubber laid down right now. These guys are laying down some rubber, and you wonder how that's going to change things here in the future of this track here. You got about 30 laps to go. Who's going to get faster as the rubber starts to get laid down here? Because there is a really dark line going through these corners.
Yeah, we're seeing the blimp view now going into turn 1, and that inside is really dark. I wish I could see a comparison to the first lap. That would be interesting to see. But while these guys are finishing up their pit stops, what do you guys think we do a little crank it up?
Go for it. Ronnie Norman taking over the lead. Why not ride along with the leader?
Well, he still is.
I mean, if you're gonna ride along with somebody, man, Luis Almazo's catching Ronnie. Actually, this
That would be the better guy.
yeah, he's catching him right now. He's riding along that hood view, man. 2 seconds back.
All right, here we go. Cranking it up.
What did Ronnie just say on track right there?
Time to go low. He's really playing it easy right now.
Every time he keys it up, I'm thinking he's going to say pitting in or something.
Well, he is on he's about to be on his 14th lap.
Now, if he comes in like 3 laps, he is in the window.
Yep, and Luis is only on his 9th lap right now, so there's a big difference in how these guys are doing. And again, like you said, Ronnie could probably come in here in 4 laps, and he'll make it to the end. So this might still play out in Ronnie's favor. What would kill him now?
He's in the catbird seat.
If Luis understands the strategy and actually comes in and pits on lap 60, that's it. Strategy's out the game for Ronnie. He lost a lot of ground. Luis played a little bit more patience out there on the track, stayed, but pit when he's supposed to on that last run, and bam, that's the right strategy.
Exactly. Like if Ronnie pits and Luis follows in the next lap, we are in for one heck of a finish. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
We're keeping an eye on that and seeing when he's going to come in. I'm thinking it's going to be on lap 58 or 59 for sure.
A little update back in the pack. The guy who was making contact on pit road, John Cottle, he's worked his way to 5th. James Lehman, who overshot his box, has worked his way back up to 7th. Cody Vaughn having a strong run in. And yeah, Caleb Sheets back in 15th. He was running a little stronger. Maybe he had a little difficulty last time. Came to pit road.
Yeah, 6th, 7th, and 8th are really close right now, probably within a 10th or 2, and they are all battling right now for that 6th position. They're really close here. You got Bruce Ackerman in 8th, James Lehman in 7th, and Trevor Roppolo in 6th place. So these guys are definitely trailing John Caldwell there in that 5th position. All looking to get in that 6th position there. Cody Vaughn, even Cody Vaughn himself is now in the picture.
I was about to say, if these guys stay strong together, they are catching John Cottle very quickly.
That's the thing about the draft here. I mean, these guys are going about 190 into turn 1, so in a BeelineSim series car. So these cars are pretty fast. You got the Ford Mustangs out there, the Chevy Camaros, maybe a Toyota or 2. Not many Toyotas out there though.
Ronnie's staying out this time.
You got to wonder when he's coming in.
Luis's lead is now up to 2 and 4/10 seconds, almost 2.5. So if Ronnie comes in, he would have to come in this time or next time, I would think.
Yep. I think he's coming in this time, Nick. I think you're going to see him roll on in this time. This is his 19th lap on this run. He's probably going to come in this time.
Jamison Miller took a short pit. He's now 1 lap down, so he did a short pit as well.
Yeah, where was he running before? Do we know? Any idea?
Not sure, but the short pit might work for him.
That might gain him some spots regardless.
Ronnie's going to stay out.
Win conversation, but that'll help.
Yeah, he's 2 laps down, so it won't help him that much, but it might help a little.
You know what I'm thinking? Maybe he was on the cusp of going 1 lap down and thought, hey, I'm going to pit and hopefully come out in front of our whoever the leader ends up being and get back on the lead lap that way.
That could be a good
You
strategy.
see it all the time on Saturdays and Sundays in real life, so would not surprise me to see that tonight.
Ronnie's still staying out.
Came in.
Is this race exciting to you guys? I'm excited. I see a lot of really great racing.
Who came in here top 5?
You guys sound like
Everybody moved up a spot. Caudle, Roppolo, Lehman, Ackerman.
Bruce and John Caudle. Brad Boer now joining them.
Luis Tommaso is now fighting lap traffic and guys who just pit, so we'll see how that plays out.
Ronnie's got to be coming this time, you'd think.
He needs to. He really needs
He's
to.
almost out.
It looks like he's coming in.
Yes, he's coming in.
There he goes, yep. He should have came in a lap ago. He really should have. If he wanted that to play out.
If I was him, I would have pitted like 2 laps ago.
Wait, yeah, because Luis is going to come in this time, watch. Luis is going to come in this time. He's not going to lose much time.
You know he's watching his relative and knows what's going on, so.
Yeah, if Luis stays out any longer, he could lose this race.
But maybe Ronnie's got it in his head.
Yep, here he
thinking,
comes. He's coming in.
Ronnie
That's
could be
it.
thinking
I
that his
think
car is good enough.
I don't think it's 2 seconds good.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I don't know. I mean, this is the end of the run.
Oh, and Luis Doug getting into pit road. That's going to be close to speeding.
They're a little bit over a second from the first lap to the last lap that they're out there. So only pitting 1 lap later. He better nail these pit stops. Let me tell you what, there's going to be about a second and a half difference once he comes out of the pits and this thing, comes into play here, unless Ronnie messed his pitting up. But if you think that both guys nailed their pit stops, Ronnie's only gaining about a second here. He should have pit a lap earlier.
Josh
now
Ronnie with 2.
But Ronnie's going to pick him off here, I think.
Oh,
or
there
he's
he
gonna
goes.
lose it. Or did he stave it?
No, he went around 2 tires. Not a good idea for Josh Susie.
Off the racetrack.
Oh, that is a shame.
And here's the battle here. Here comes Ronnie. And Luis is out there. That's it. Unless we have the caution, Luis has won himself this race on strategy. Other than James Lehman betting on a prayer that a caution will come out and he can pit and trap all these folks a lap down.
Was a little bit of an accident there with the 81 of Josh Southsea, who got into the wall or got a little bit loose there off the 4. Some contact made. He turned it, and instead of pitting, he kept going. So he just lost his top 5 that he was running.
Well, you see, in my mind, it would not make sense to come in. I would just limp it because you're going to lose more positions by coming into pit.
Well, his last pit stop was lap 45, so
He is in the pit stop.
I thought that he was on 2 tires.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting damage fixed. He's in the pits for a long time here.
And that's a tough break, but that's the benefit of having that win like we were talking about earlier. He can afford to do this.
Now let's see.
And I'm
James
really
Lehman now
he's
in pits.
coming in now. Okay, I was about to say he's doing a heck of a job.
Is he gonna take 2? Maybe try to.
It would
fuel
not
only?
surprise me one bit. But he's gonna lose all the positions that he got from the bad pit stop last time around.
2 only.
Watch
Josh
him
Susie
here.
showed
I would keep
that
an
was
eye on
not
him because
gonna work.
I would put money that he's gonna go around here, unless he's a wheelman, because we saw it didn't work with Josh Susie just now.
There's
my
a
caution. Now, who does that work out for, guys? I think James Lehman, if he didn't pit, this is going to fall in his favor.
He just came in.
He came
And maybe
in,
he'll
took 2.
stay out, hoping everybody else pits.
He took 2. He has to come
left
in.
sides.
He has to
I
come
would come
in.
in, get your
He
left
took
sides.
2.
Oh, he only took 2.
Yeah,
See, if he
there's
took
no
4,
way.
man, he could have stayed out right here, and this would have been a great move.
I
But
don't
the
know.
race was playing in a green fashion. I'm still wondering what the caution was for. Alright, maybe the 17 car we might be looking for. Jonathan Boger.
Oh, I see it now. Actually, 44 called it as the 7th. What did he say? He said the 17.
Oh, he said Jonathan.
Yeah, he said the 17 came down on him, but when you follow along here, 44 is actually coming up the track and gets into his left rear quarter panel. The 17 actually didn't come down at all, really. He's holding the line, and
That's
44
exactly
just comes up.
And this is the kind of track where that side draft can come into play. And I would look for somebody to roll the dice and stay out here. Somebody should do it.
What do you guys think about talking to Luis here under caution?
Pull him up.
I would love to talk to Luis.
Wait until after he's done with his pit stops here.
Oh, he overshot the
he
box.
overshot.
Wow, this is gonna.
Ronnie
This
drops
might
the rights
cost him
before
positions.
Ronnie pulls out.
And
James pulls
Lehman
out.
came and took the 2 lefts. He's gonna be the leader.
James, Ronnie,
That was a
Luis,
good call.
Justin
He
Brown.
came in 5th place. He came into pit road, took his left sides because he already got the rights, and came out in the lead. That's a great call.
All right, let's bring on Luis down here. Nick, you want to interview him? Anthony, someone?
He's talking in race control to the field here on the caution.
I'll tell you what, I'll talk to him. I haven't talked to Luis yet. Hey, Luis Salmaso, it's Christian up here in the ECR broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Got a copy, bud?
I got you there. It looks like you're going to be restarting 3rd here. One of the strongest cars all night. You think you're going to be able to get up there and get the lead back here on this restart?
Well, we'll see. It all depends on the jump when we go green. I know that we are operating on different strategies, a couple of the cars here. So we'll see if anybody going to stay out or anything. It will depend. If this thing goes green from the moment it restarts, there's a chance. But if we have a caution all of a sudden and then caution, then it's complicated. But we'll see. We'll see what will happen with Ronnie restarting on the outside, James on the inside probably. We'll see what will happen on this first turn. I know that James didn't take 4 tires, so we'll see.
Now the catch with James, so you know, he pitted right when the caution came out and took rights, so his rights should be relatively fresh.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that when we were coming, when the caution came out. I was looking through my relatives just to see who was in front. So it still makes a difference between, it's a different heat cycle on the tire, so it's not going to be 100% fresh on no matter what it is. iRacing has that thing built in, so they know the car behaves in a little bit different. So we'll see. I'm more and more concerned with them going side by side on turn, and I just don't want anybody to get away and us being fighting for second, third, whatever. So we'll see. It should be interesting.
Luis, with
Absolutely.
strategy out the window and less than 10 to go, strategy's out the window. It's going to come down on raw speed. You got what it takes to hold these guys off.
Well, I don't know if I have the speed. All I can say is that my right foot has been pretty heavy tonight. So,
Well, good luck to you, man. You were my pick tonight. Ronnie was Christian's pick tonight, and Nick took the field. So he's got James and Justin in front of you guys and behind. He's going for them too. We'll see what happens here, man. You guys put on a heck of a show this whole race. We wish the best of luck to y'all.
and for Bud, hope I'm not gonna make a liar out of you.
Hey, go get him, bud. Regardless, I will say these are the 3 best cars all night that are getting ready to go for this thing. Luis, the 05 and the 25, in my eyes, have been the best cars tonight.
If one of these cars don't win it, it will be a heartbreak.
And now, don't look now. Trevor
Tell you
Roppolo
what.
surfacing in the top 5. Justin Brown in the top
Exactly.
5.
Yep.
Recovering from that pit road spin.
Guys, there are some fast cars in this top 10 right now.
Ooh. Strategy. Taking the high line, James Lehman.
Could that play
Maybe
out
he
in
can
the
pin-
Ronnie's favor?
All I care
Um,
is that all my teammates are on the high line, so.
It could if he can go high enough, because if he tries to stay too low, he's going to get tight, and this is going to be a great move by James. This is a track where it's very wide, so James has to be careful not to come to the bottom half of the track, and if he does, this could be a problem.
Yeah, and if he beats
If I'm
Ronnie,
James, I'm pinching Ronnie if I'm James.
Yeah.
I'm giving Ronnie as little room as I can, making sure he pushes tight, which will allow me to get clear off of turn 2.
we didn't think of this one. What if James clears him before the line? You got to watch that James doesn't change lanes before that start-finish line. That's
Always got to
another
look
key.
out for that. That was a controversy in our Texas truck race last week. So we'll see what happens here. Really close here on this race. Oh, he's gone. And Justin Brown's going to be looking for second.
Justin Brown out of nowhere. This is a heartbreaker for Luis, man. He, if this thing stayed green, he probably had this thing.
I wouldn't take it out of his hands yet. As Luis said, those 2 tires are not entirely fresh. And wow, that is tight.
It looks
Watch for
like
Luis
contact
here.
was made.
Oh, there we go. John Cottle around. Brad Boer got into him.
No caution. There
Caution
it
is out.
Now, this puts, if James Lehman does the same thing again, this puts
There's
Luis
a
on the
big
high
wreck on the
line.
back.
07 got into the wall all by his own. He got really tight. He was trying to make it happen, and boom, hits the wall. 15 gets into him, but not his fault at all. I feel bad for 15. He's going to get some damage off that. Ewell's going to be on the 07.
Oh man, Jim Westerfield also involved. First race tonight. Gonna get collected in that wreck.
He was, 07 was trying to make a move on the 9. Oh man, that's a hard lick.
Cross sheet's also involved. We're gonna go take a look at it now.
I'm telling you though, back to the race here. It's a heartbreaker for those guys caught up in the wreck, but I'm looking at the restart that we're going to be having here.
It's not
We got
over.
James Lehman. Yeah, I don't think it's over. Yeah. We got James Lehman, who's up front. If he takes the high line again, guess who that puts behind him on the outside line?
Well, Luis Almaso in that number 4 car.
Absolutely. That's what I'm looking at here, coming to the restart.
2 fast guys right there behind them 2 is Trevor Roppolo and Stephen Massey. Stephen Massey hasn't been in the picture much this race, but Stephen came in very late. Practice time was 38th fastest. He didn't qualify. He gridded 27th, and he is now up to the 6th position. But I can say the same thing for Trevor. Trevor gridded 26th, and he's up to the 5th position. So these guys have came back from a ways away, and all these cautions came into their favor, so you might see a hell of a finish right now.
Who do you guys want to talk to under this quick caution here?
I would love to talk to the 05 here.
All right, let's bring him on down here. James Bond Lehman down here.
James Bond Lehman's in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy? Giving that 05 quite a ride tonight. Had some rough luck these past few weeks, but this is probably the best position we've seen you in at the end of the thing. It was a hell of a restart last time. You think you can do it again, or you think they're on to you?
I got a little surprise for this next one, but I'm gonna have to be a little. I'm gonna have to be a little easy on the throttle because I don't know if you guys could tell, but my ass end came a little bit, so it's a little squirrely in the back. So it's gonna be a little touchy on the throttle here.
I got a quick question here.
Yeah.
This is Christian here. You gonna take the inside or the outside?
I'm taking the outside.
The outside.
Outside is the better lane to take in the one. Even if I got even if Ronnie, got like the best restart ever and was still side by side with me, outside's the best way to be because you can basically full throttle it. Well, on brand new tires you could. I'm probably gonna have to burp it a little bit, but he's gonna have to let out of it one way or another.
Well, James, we hope the best for you, man. I know you've been trying to get that win for a long time. You're long overdue. You're kind of like Chase Elliott in the league right now. That guy who has a lot of talent, leads a lot of laps, man. Just doesn't have that win yet. So good luck to you, man. We'll be watching and hope the best for you.
Thank you.
James Lehman in that 05 car, guys. He has had the worst. We talked about that a little bit earlier in the broadcast, and a guy who has led a lot of laps this year. Just, I swear he's like the Chase Elliott of the league, man. He's been dominating. He just hasn't been able to pull off a win.
I don't know if you guys
maybe
are
Ronnie's
watching
got some trash on the grill here.
I don't know. I think Ronnie's just trying to intimidate him a little bit. Get right up on his rear view mirror, show him that, hey, I'm here.
And, James was talking to me, when I wasn't here. Hey, I want to raise. You get me a win here, you might be looking at one.
I think Ronnie's just trying to put a little bit of pressure into James's head. These guys used to race together back in the day, so obviously he's just trying to put some pressure into his head.
I'm telling you, I do like Luis. If he can stay tucked up behind the 05, when they both get the run off of turn 2, if the 05 pinches Ronnie like I think he will, then if Ronnie's even inside, he got such a jump last time, then Luis might be in a good spot coming off of 2, but we'll have to see. Going to be 4 laps to go here once we go back green.
You're doing a lot better than doing it right now there, Nick. My drivers are 14th, 15th, 19th, and a DNF in 35th. So not a great night for my boys and haters make us famous. But you got these young gun racing guy up front here. He's looking for his first win. And I'm going to tell you what, man, I would like to see it happen. This guy has a lot of
they're giving a lot of guys first wins here. It makes me pretty satisfied. Satisfied as an owner to see drivers getting their first win, but we got a long way to go here.
That's right. He'd have to pull it off for 4 more laps here. We better buckle him tight here. I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think like a chase or a far chase on maybe 4th or 6th here would probably be the best seat to ride along with. I mean, that's where I'm gonna be riding along with him myself.
Yeah, I'm riding myself with Steven. You'll be able to see everything that's going on here. As here we go. 4 laps to go here at Michigan. Lehman said he's going to try and play a little game on the restart. We'll see there it is.
Jumped it.
He nailed it. And look at, don't switch your lane. That's going to be a penalty on the 35. Am I wrong?
Was he next to him?
He was next to him.
He went to the outside of Ronnie Norman before the start-finish line.
And look at Luis dig. He's going to get there. Yeah, he's going to get there. Here comes Luis on the high line. This is the proverbial battle for second because we are not counting that 35 due to a possible black flag we could be looking at here. And look at Massey right on Luis. And Roppolo right on Norman. And wow, Rob Haynes drove it in deep. But Lehman
Roppolo
is
and Ronnie
out
Norman
of town.
almost made contact there.
It's all behind James Lehman, though, who's gotten out of town, coming to 2 to go. This isn't really a battle for second, but...
Well, Luis is second right now. You're looking at Trevor in third. Stephen Massey right now trying to take over that third position.
Now, I'm sure the 35 is going to push hard to finish this race, but I don't know. He might get DQ'd before the end of this thing. Pretty sure 3 laps is your window.
I'm sure
he's to go.
His crew chief, his virtual crew chief, trying to fight the penalty.
And there's
As
the caution.
The caution comes out, and the race is going to be over.
And we were talking about, could James Lehman finish a race? The answer is yes. Tonight he's going to win in Michigan. Possibly look to Ed Adams for the cause of the caution. And or Josh Conover.
And my mic would blink. It's about to die here soon. That's a great win for James, man.
So
Josh Conover
probably fall last car on the lead lap here. So he's going to finish 26th tonight after that deal.
Oh,
and
Josh Susie. Terrible.
Bad
match.
night becomes even worse for Josh Susie.
Yeah,
Well, he might finish ahead of Justin Brown, who got the black flag, right?
It looked like Josh Conover got a little bit tight after the 46 came down, so I don't think that's on the 46. I think that's on the 86.
I'm gonna plug my mic in here for about 3-4 minutes. Hopefully we can get some interviews in.
And while these guys are finishing up here, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and bring these guys to the booth. So we will be right back.
Are you looking for that extra edge over the competition? Whether it's button boxes, full-size wheel kits, plug-and-play instrumentation, or custom fabrication, you can get it all from BeelineSim. This is the finish line. This is Beeline. Visit us on the web at BeelineSim.com.
All right, I guess I'll take winner. Oh, Nick got it. All right, I'll take Trevor. Sounds so disappointed. I'm sorry, Trevor.
I'm like, damn, why was it such an deal?
Oh, we're all having fun up here. We're back. All right, so I'm with Trevor. We're having fun up here in the booth. We're all up here. Trevor, you're gonna finish third. Great night for you. Tell us what strategy you used to get into position there.
You said, "Hey man, I thought I had fourth, so that's a pleasant surprise. Third'll work." Um, yeah, it was just kind of I had to start at the back because I couldn't qualify. I don't have, I'm not locked in on points, so I couldn't qualify. So just trying to slowly make my way through the field and just be smart and not get into trouble, hit pit stops, and try not to make too many mistakes.
Yeah, it was a interesting night with a whole bunch of different strategies. Were you on the short pit strategy and making it 3 even stops, or what was your strategy?
Yeah, I was trying not to be on the short pit strategy. I think my strong suit was as long of a run as possible was working out to me. I would give up some time at the beginning of every run, and then towards the end, I would reel them in like crazy. People were wearing out the right front really bad. So my strategy was to stay out, but they were kind of forcing my hand. A lot of people pitting early tonight, so I kind of had to pit once I saw them start to pit. So yeah, didn't want to see that last caution. I think if that last caution doesn't come out, I might have had a shot at it.
Well, either way, third place. Anytime you come up in here, it's a party, and it's a good party. So third place is great.
I like to party. Yeah, man. Thank you.
Likes to party. So,
Yeah, man.
but yeah, congrats on third. Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, for sure. I want to thank Racing Electronics, Fan Vision, definitely Redline, and Steven for putting me in the car. I appreciate the opportunity with him. Thanks to Anthony and all the league admins, and thank you for broadcasting. It's always fun to watch. The next day, come back and watch it. It's always fun.
All right, we're gonna throw it on down to Anthony now. I believe Anthony's with our second place finisher, Luis.
Yeah, I'm down here on pit road right now. The number 4, Luis Almaso, fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, hit the pole, led a lot of laps here tonight, played a hell of a strategy game, man. And when it came down to it, it looked like a guy who got black flag just kind of held you up there a little bit from trying to have a shot at James there. But nonetheless, man, a heck of a race for you. You got to be happy with a second. How do you feel here tonight, man, and on how everything unfolded here?
Yeah, wanted a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit disappointed with how that final 10 lap stretch ended up after the caution. So don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but guys need to go practice on how to finish races and not how to turn fast laps, because it doesn't help at all. If you know how to turn a fast lap, you need to be able to finish a race. So guys need to practice that more than anything. But the race was fine. I love this track. It's one of those tracks that I have circled on my calendar every time that we go to Michigan. Had some pretty good teachers over the years on how to get around this place, how to be fast, not only on this car but also on the Cup car. So the setup everybody was complaining was just how you drive it. I like a more of a snug type of a setup, so it just fits the way that I drive, and I was able to pull away from those guys the moment that the tires were going away. I think I had the race pretty much on the back when we pitted last. I was changing strategies with Ronnie. He was pitting 4 or 5 laps before I did. So when I would pit, he would be ahead, and I would chase him down. And then when I went by him, he would pit again, that whole thing. So when I went by him the last time, he didn't pit right away. I said, all right, we're under 20 to go. I can pit now or go to the end, and I'm pretty sure I have a better pace. Then caution came out, and all mayhem happened. So, but it was a really good race. Congrats to James. He played the strategy perfectly, nailed the restart. So nothing to do. Pretty solid win for him.
Luis, you pretty much answered my next question. Was that your strategy game was nailed? I mean, Ronnie's would have worked out great if it had stayed green, but man, this thing, and then it came down to I was like, wow, actually, if it stays green, Luis might be winning this thing, and all of a sudden the cautions came out, and it bit you a little bit there, and I think that this was your race to lose if it had stayed green there, man. So you answered that question already. So I guess my next question is, you're already in the chase. What race are you looking forward to next to maybe try to nab you another win?
I'm not going to be here for the next Daytona race. I have some personal commitments, so I'm going to pretty much lose that one, which is one that I was really looking for. Dega is one. The next race here in Michigan is always fun. I'm really looking forward to Dover, one of the races that I couldn't race for other commitments that I had. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And then all the mile and a half that are coming to the end of the season. New Hampshire is one that I'm really looking forward to. My closest track here to home. I live in Boston, so New Hampshire's like 2.5 hours away. So we'll see. And Homestead. I want to be able to get to Homestead with a fighting chance. And me and that place, we have something special going on. I've been racing pretty well over the years over there. So we'll see. We'll see if this is going to happen.
Luis Salmaso, second place, number 4 Marines car, man. Anybody you would like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I need to thank everybody at WCR, John, Brian, Nelson, Ken, Scott, Nathan, Tony, everybody that taught me over the years how to drive this track. I need to thank everybody at the squad, Colin, Matthew, Dalen, Nick, David, everybody over there. I need to thank everybody that showed up. We had almost 40 cars on the field, so it's always fun when we have that amount of people. I know that Michigan everybody loves, but we need to be here for 20 cars for Bristol. We need to be 20 cars for Martinsville, for whatever. The shitty tracks that no one likes to drive, we need to be here. So getting everybody, go get your ass on the track. Let's practice, let's race, and let's make this thing fun.
That's right, man. You guys heard it here. Get your ass on the track. Luis Salmaso, the Brazilian redneck. Heck of a finish, man. Great finish here tonight. Anytime he's on the track, you're going to see some exciting racing. Anytime he's in the booth, you better tune in. So awesome finish, awesome racing, man. I know it's not what you wanted, but congratulations again. We're going to turn it over to Nick Olson down there in Victory Lane with James Lehman.
Yeah, hey, buddy. Pretty darn happy with the way that 05 ran today. I gotta say that 2-tire call. You did it just to save track position because you stayed out so long, but it ended up working in your favor with that caution. You can only take the left sides. How did that work out for you?
It really played in my favor because I was just trying to gain track position, get more points. But then that caution came out. I was just like, oh man, I'm back in this baby.
Oh, hell yeah. I know you were talking about a raise. I think you might have got it. No, but that was a great ride. I mean, gosh, how did you feel when that caution came out? That's got to be such a feeling like of gratification, like, wow, this might work out.
I'll be honest, I was screaming. I was like, fuck yeah, I was like, I'm back in it, and John was just like, oh god, here we go. In the chat, he's like, nope, here we go, race lost.
Yeah, it was definitely a confusing way to finish the race, but it worked out. Had a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecking, and whenever you get a late caution here, it seems like that typically is the product. But you were out front. You had 2 awesome restarts, and it worked out for you. Anybody you want to give shout outs to or thank tonight?
I got to thank everybody at Young Guns Racing. They were all PMing me. They're like, you better win this. And I was like, man, I got this. But, they all give me a lot of support during the race and everything. And I got to thank you, Nick, for giving me my first ride. And I plan on racing with you some more.
Absolutely, man. It's my pleasure to give guys rides and hopefully they bring home some trophies like we're doing tonight. And I've been lucky to pick some good guys.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah, there you go, Christian.
All right.
There's your winner.
Yeah, this is one of the better races of the season. Not that many cautions. We had a lot of green flag stops. I think Anthony will agree. Anytime you got green flag stops, it's a good race. It's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank BeelineSim Products for the sponsorship. Thank ECR League for hosting the show, and thank all the viewers for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, folks.